Reset Preferences, Windows. There's a new option in the Audacity installation procedure for Windows, and it can cause great annoyance if you don't pay attention. We'll go over all the details in this edition of Stuart's Audacity Tips. Here we are with another issue that has the potential to ruin your day. Help your colleagues out and make sure they know about this. If they don't subscribe, send them this video. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. In Audacity 3.0.4, a new feature appeared in the Windows installation sequence. It's also in 3.0.5, and I expect it'll remain into the future. It can be very useful, but also very destructive of your workflow. Fortunately, it doesn't activate by default, so it's not a 4-alarm fire, but it's important enough that I think every Audacity user should take notice. In the installation, there's a dialog box that asks if you want to create a desktop shortcut. This is not new. What is new is the option labeled Reset Preferences. If you check that box, you're telling Audacity to reset all the preferences back to their default settings. That means all the settings that you may have changed in the Preferences dialog will be cleared of your setting and replaced with Audacity's default. You can imagine how exciting that might be if you did it by mistake because you didn't understand what you'd chosen. That's why this tip. If you choose the Reset Preferences option, Audacity's installer does its best to make sure you know you've done it and that you wanted to do it. Before the final approval to install, another dialog is shown that details your options, including the fact that you've selected Reset Preferences. You do have the option to cancel the installation at that point. This is a great example of why it's important to pay attention during installations, not just casually click OK on all the dialogues. After the installation completes, when you run Audacity for the first time, another dialog pops up asking if you're sure you want to reset the preferences. This is your last chance to change your mind if you select Reset Preferences in the earlier dialog. If you click Yes on this dialog, your preferences settings will be reset. Now that we've had the Danger Will Robinson portion of this topic, you should also know that there's good news on this front. There are steps you can take to make sure you never lose your settings. I'll cover that in the next issue, as it applies to everyone, not just Windows users. Hope this helps. I'm Stuart.